this really doesn't have any significant relevance with regard necessarily to the Exodus. However, there's a local sort of tradition that when the sea was split, let's just say the split continued, I don't know, the shock wave sort of broke through. Now, obviously, I think that's just a fun tradition. But this thing will go on. If we walked to the other side, which after this we're going to drive around to the other side to one of the potential locations of Elim, it would take us about 4 hours of this. Now, it gets sort of less magnificent as you get to the other side. It just is a wadi. If we're coming in from the other side, it's kind of a wadi is really just a dry riverbed. And, you'll see camels and tons of the acacia trees. And then it becomes narrower and narrower and narrower until you get to this. I mean, just absolutely magnificent. So I'll just tell a quick story because it's pretty fun. So when I came about 5 years ago, there was 6 of us all together, including my friend's son, and it was his 13th birthday. So after we did the mountain and everything, we were just going to come here and camp. And again, it was unregulated. This was just a place where people would go camping. There was kind of a bridge that was like right here that they had that's blocked people from driving all the way through. But we came in from the other side, couple rentals, destroyed the rentals but that's neither here nor there. When we went to turn them in, they're like, you owe us $3,000. So, but anyway, so we just, we had already done the mountain. We were like, okay, so now we're just going to go camping. Everything's fine. Well, so we drive down, we park the vehicles, we walk out, and it's getting dark. Beautiful sunset, Red Sea, but we're just relaxing, and it was just guys, right? So we just strip down, we go in the water. We're sitting there for a while, and after about 20 minutes, just my spidey senses started tingling. And so I was like, yeah, we got to get out now. And so we get out and start getting dressed. Well, there's a gate there, just to the side, there's a gate. And we just stepped over the gate, and again, it's dark now. And it was kind of a little bit, are we supposed to be here? Are we not? Who knows? But so one of the guys had sprained his ankle really badly on the hike, so he could barely walk. So I got dressed, and a few of the other guys got dressed, but he was still in his underwear. Well, all of a sudden, lights started coming down the road, and our high school instincts just kicked in. We all ran. But the guy with the sprained ankles, this very proper British, I call him the British George Clooney, he's like, I'll just stay right here. And so the military pulls up, and it's dark, and they don't see any, and all of a sudden they turn, and there's just this British guy standing there in his underwear. And he's like, oh, hello. And they're like, didn't speak any English, so they just like, what's going on? And so then he just casually just like limps away past the gate. So they're stuck behind the gate, and they're like, so they call their superiors. Well, we all kind of run up here and jump in our vehicles. Well, I threw him over my shoulder, and we kind of, because it's quite a ways. Well, just as we got to our vehicles, I turn around, and there was just lights everywhere, guns, and, they were very upset. So it took finally the commander came up and he said, why did you guys run? And we're like, I don't know. And he said, I commanded my men to shoot you.
Oh.
And we were like, well, thank you that he didn't shoot us. So anyway, he thought we were smugglers because it's a smuggler's route. So a lot of illegal stuff coming over. So anyway, that was our story. And then after harassing us for like an hour, the little kid, it was his 13th birthday. So I had promised his mother, don't worry, everything will be fine. And then after about an hour, he started crying. And so then he realized the guy was kind of being a jerk. So then he goes, okay, so you guys are just camping? We're like, yeah. And so, it's all real intense. And then he goes, anyway, where are you guys from in the States? And we're like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, yeah, I graduated from the University of Arizona. And he was like, So we thought we were going to spend the night, or not, we thought we were going to get arrested. And then anyway, he goes, so you guys are camping? He goes, okay, that's fine. Just be careful at night. All of the big snakes come out of the rocks. And we're just like, you jerk. Nice to meet you. Anyway, he was just messing with us. So Wadi Tayyib Al Ism, it's absolutely beautiful. And let me just say this. I've seen plans, they're talking about building a giant hotel right at the mouth.
Wow.
It's really sad, but if that's the case, you got to see it beforehand. It's just absolutely magnificent. So we got about half an hour, 45 minutes if you just want to walk up and explore and so forth, and then we'll drive out around to the other side.
That hotel was something that I got out in documentation.